Battlestar Galactica, the board game, one of our favorite games, one of the first real board games I ever bought that we played together.
Honestly, it's probably one of the best trader mechanic games.
I mean, it really
around.
set the standard for that, I for sure. One of the best licensed games as well. And somewhat people have noticed online some disturbing things that if you search for Battlestar Galactica on Fantasy Flight's website, you can no longer find it. And it is no longer listed on their games page. It does still have a page if you go directly to the link, but if you look under the product section, there is nothing there. It's just a page with nothing. So it seems like there's no official announcements. This is all speculation, but it would seem that perhaps Fantasy Flight is pushing Battlestar Galactica out the door, that they're not going to be printing these games anymore. And, I mean, there's a few possibilities as to why they might be doing that. I know I've heard some people say, well, this is a show that's been off the air for a long time. Maybe that's just not
Right. And you said something, I think I heard rumors about New Angeles, actually, because you haven't played it, right?
I have not played New Angeles.
Neither of us have played that yet.
I did read up on it a little bit, and it definitely does share some similar mechanics with Battlestar, specifically kind of the skill card stuff, as well as there's a hidden trader in it. So maybe they're like, why should we pay for this Battlestar license? We own Netrunner and Android. Let's put that out there instead.
I would be now addressing if either of the theories are true. We're going to go for each one. First, the New Angeles one, because it sort of feeds into the other one. If that's your case, I think that's perfectly fine if it's a literal reskin. Because I feel a lot of what Battlestar does is great to the point that even though I have not seen a single episode of any of the series, the old, new, whatever, you don't need to. You still get the idea of a military command, you get the story, you get the feeling of
it gives you that atmosphere right away.
And the mechanics does everything you want from it. I mean, I think its mechanics, it rides on mechanics so well that you're not left out because of the license.
The mechanics are the theme.
Right. Yeah. So it's not like because the show's been off the air for who knows how long. I don't think that's a reason, that's my reason that you don't need to have it. Now, if it comes down to we don't want to pay the license, I mean, sure, don't pay the license, but then bring the game over, like exact copy to just Android Netrunner.
Yeah, maybe they are planning on doing that also. Maybe they have another game in the works.
There may be, and I think that's what they need to do because, as we said, this game is the setup for a trader mechanic. Like, it's the best I can think of long trader mechanic games.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely, I feel like it's such a staple of a collection. Like, everybody, if you're a hardcore gamer, should have, or at least have played this game.
I'm trying to think of longer trader games.
I mean, Dead of Winter recently would be the big one. Shadows of Camelot, a little bit
honestly,
in there. Shadows of Camelot I don't think is nearly as good.
Yeah, no, I think this is much better. Dead of Winter I think is a fair one. However, to me the difference, it doesn't feel, to me it's much, I don't know.
It's different because Battlestar is fully cooperative and Dead of Winter is more like, there's a trader in Battlestar as well, but Dead of Winter, it's a little more sneaky about it. It's like you're kind of working together, but not. Battlestar, it's like...
We had our argument a while ago about that. But I feel like Battlestar, I don't know, it just feels... They don't feel like a clone of each other.
Yeah, I mean,
And even then, how long did Dead of Winter come out compared to Battlestar?
Yeah, it's a pretty big gap. There's also, there's Dark Moon, which was labeled as BSG Express, so that's, again, different, not a long-form game.
But it sells. I don't see why Fantasy Flight wouldn't want to sell this game. As we said, the mechanics are amazing.
Well, I don't have sales reports, so maybe it isn't doing what they want.
Maybe not.
We've also seen them limiting Star Wars runs, so maybe they're really just, we want to focus on the best and the best only. I don't know, but it's such a shame and it made me think about the kind of the transitory nature of board games that, unlike a movie or a video game or a book, if a company stops printing a board game, it's very hard to get a copy of it. You got to go to the used market, and after 5 or 10 years, you might never see this game again until you can 3D print or virtual reality them whenever you want.
Well, that's the other thing that's nice about
Tabletop Simulator.
So.
Yeah, for sure.
But
it's a sad thing to have.
Well, unlike the other thing is with music, games, movies, because they're digital. Technically there can be an infinite number of copies, legal or illegal.
Yeah.
Like with board games, it's much harder to get a copy, even if they make it a digital version. I feel like compared to the rest, even though for some things, I know you definitely would agree that you like having a physical copy usually of the items I've said before. I don't think that compares to the idea of having a physical copy of a board game.
Yeah, I mean, I think almost all board gamers would agree. They like to own a board game physically. The other thing that kind of bugs me about this is just how
secretive.
Quiet. Yeah. I would appreciate if they would make an announcement of whether or not
A last hurrah.
Yeah, right. If they are going to stop printing it, so people can know that, like, oh, at this, like they did with Call of Cthulhu, they announced a date when it's going to be ending and how long they're going to print things for. Let us know, because there's still one expansion for Battlestar I don't have, and I want to know, should I try and get it as
The
fast
answer
as
is
I
yes
can?
right now. You just should.
Yeah, I probably should. And then I'm like, my copy's getting crappy. I should like sleeve it, and I don't know. It's a whole.
Now you know there won't be any more expansions.
No, that's true. I'll have the complete set. We'll see. I don't know. I'm very curious to find out.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think about this. If you knew about it, if you didn't, and
yeah, if you're worried, if you're from Fantasy Flight and you want to give us an official response, you can choose this as your platform. We'd be honored. If you enjoyed this video, it was just a snippet of our full-length podcast, which you can find on our YouTube channel every week. So please go ahead, like, and subscribe for more board game-related content coming at you in the future.
And don't forget to check out rollforcrit.com, where we actually sell a lot of the games we talked about, as well as post news and all our other videos. Until then, I'm Will Keeler.
I'm Jonathan Estes, and this is Roll for Crit.